first of all, say what a great pleasure it is to be here at the Global Arts Institute. We worked on this for a year or two before we were able to work it out in the schedule. And I can just say from the few days that I've been here, it's not only a great honor, but what fun to hang out with really great and talented people, both faculty, new friends and faculty colleagues, and students for whom every day brings a new treat of musical challenge and inspiration and energy. And I'm grateful for your work, and I'm grateful for all of you who have welcomed me so sweetly and with open arms. We're in a very special place, in a very beautiful place, in a place that's surrounded with people who care about art and people who care about compelling performances. What I wanted to talk about tonight is, what is a compelling performance? What is it about a performance that reaches out and grabs you, that you remember for the rest of your life? We've seen some in these last few nights here in this room. We've seen some that I will always remember, that I will take into my mind and say, what is it about the energy, or the direction, or the excitement, or the commitment that I could bring to my performances as a conductor? That I could bring as a conductor to the ensembles with whom I work. I'm a conductor. I work with choirs most of the time, although I do work with orchestras at least a few times a year. And I work a lot with graduate students, students for who want to be conductors, and singers who in many cases would rather be opera singers, but they're in the choir and they're going to do a good job even though they're in the choir. And so my job is somehow to mold those folks with great artistic interest and talent into a unit that says we're headed in the same direction with an artistic vision. That's what a conductor does, and that's what we're having a lot of fun working on. So what is it about a compelling performance that grabs us? Are there elements of someone else's performance that we can take and use in our own area? Are there certain things, for instance, that are true across the board? Is it energy? Is it passion? Is it commitment? Is it concentration? Is it focus? Is it all of the above? So questions we'll ask as we're together tonight include, what makes one performance really gripping, really memorable, and another one, good, okay, it's fine. Time for ice cream. Why is it one that just says, I've got ice cream? We haven't had enough ice cream, by the way. How can you have apple pie without ice cream? Enough about food. Why does one, and I'm always intrigued by this, why does one performance just seem natural? Just seem like someone's telling you a story, and you're taken in by the first note if it's a musical performance, and it takes you all the way to the end, and time stops, and you just are engrossed in this most incredible experience, and it's over. And you think, I had no idea that much time had passed. Sometimes that happens in rehearsal, in which you're so engaged, and we might call those compelling rehearsals, because we just were so engaged. What is it about that? Why does one performance seem that way, and another performance just seem like maybe hard work, or contrived, or working too hard? Why are we touched and moved by one and just impressed by another performance? And how do subjectivity and objectivity relate to compelling performances? In other words, could a performance be more compelling if I'm doing it, if I'm involved, and if I'm making the music? Or if I'm watching it? What are the differences there? I'll tell a story. My wife and I were driving to church one Sunday morning, and in Ann Arbor, on the public radio station, used to be classical music at that time, and on Sunday morning at that time they had choral hour. They played performances of choirs, and they were playing a performance of a male chorus, and I thought, oh, I know that piece. I don't really like that performance very much. It's a little, the vowels are a little brighter than I would do, and the tempo's not exactly what I would, if I were doing it. Maybe it's a little, crescendo got a little too fast, too big, too fast. So it ended, and I felt great. And the performance came on, and I thought, oh, I know that piece too. I really don't like that vowel color very much. And it finished and said, you've been listening to Jerry Blackstone at the University of Michigan, Massachusetts. And I thought, oh dear. And then I realized that a student who had been in the ensemble, I used to conduct the men's club at the university, and the student who had been in the ensemble had taken a recording of one of our concerts over to the radio station. I had listened to it. And then I remembered that I thought that performance was performance, and the singers were engaged, the audience was engaged. It was a beautiful setting. It was in the chapel at Yale University. No, it was the chapel at Cornell University. It was beautiful, acoustically wonderful, and it was just one of those moments. You know, everything came together. And then you listen with objective ears, and you think, no, I'd fix that. I'd fix that. I'd do that a little differently. I'd do that. How do those two play? You know, in a parenthetical way. A compelling performance is when you're in the moment. That really is a compelling performance. A compelling recording is a completely different animal. And we'll listen to a few recordings tonight, which I think are really quite wonderful recordings, and see if we can gain anything from them. Yeah, come on up, come on. This is we all channel our inner relationship.